Hi, welcome to RAMESHSOFT video tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll talk about inheritance in Java. So, what is inheritance? So, the major advantage of inheritance is by using inheritance, we can get the code reusability. So, we can avoid duplicate code. And by using inheritance, we can get the data from parent class to child class, or superclass to subclass, or base class to subclass. Now, see here. I am having a class called, so let's feel that I am having a model called Flipkart. This Flipkart is having three modules, module 1 and module 2 and module 3. So each module is having some business service, some business functionalities. Like this module 1 is having login, one business functionality, and logout, and it is having one business functionality about electronics. I think people might know about this Flipkart, right? That's why I'm taking this common example. Now this is also having login, logout, and men and women, and this is also is having login, logout, men and kids, etc. So in each module I have a common functionality like login and logout. In module 1 I'm having, in module 2 I'm having, in module 3 I'm having. So when I'm providing implementations, I need to provide, see here how I'm doing. So I'm taking one class. So let me take one class. So let me write one class inheritance test. Now what I'm doing, just observe here. So I'm taking class module 1. In this module 1 class I'm providing implementations for login as well as logout. Public, I'm writing SYSO of login. In the same way, I'm implementing one more functionality called business functionality logout. Now here I'm writing, just I'm providing dummy implementations here, nothing great. Logout, and I'm providing implementations for electronics. Public. Now let me SYSO of electronics. Now I'm taking one more class for module 2. In this module 2 class also I need to provide the common implementations, because it is also having these two common functionalities. I'm implementing it, and again this class is having and implementations for men, and providing some implementations for this business functionality, SYSO of men and as well as women. Public. Now SYSO of, I'm writing here women. Now let me take one more class module 3. Now here I'm taking kids, and as well as here also in module 3 I need to provide implementations for that common two methods. SYSO of, I'm writing here kids. Now this is also is having, module 3 is having common two functionalities, login and logout. Now see here, so if you observe here, in each module I am providing the implementations for common methods. What is that? Login and logout. In 3 modules I am providing it. So here what is happening here? Duplicate code is happening. Okay, so once we write here, just I want to reuse it again. I don't want to write it, because if I write multiple number of times, the code duplicate is happening. That's why if you want to avoid duplicate code, if you want to reuse the code, if you want to get the code reusability, then we can implement this by using a concept called in Java called inheritance. Now see here how to implement that one. Now let me remove. Now see here what I'm doing. So let me create one class, new class inheritance demo. Now see here what I'm doing. So let me take one class common services. Even in the real time also in automation, we need to take a common class which should contains a common reusable utilities will be used across the project. Now I need these two common functionalities that I am going to use in multiple places. Now let me write that common places in one common class called, I am taking that class as a common services. Now this common services login and logout, I want to use it in module 1, module 2 and module 3. Now see here what I am doing. Now class module 1, now into this module 1 I want to use this one, right? So by using inheritance we can achieve, right? So extends from which class data you want, from this common services. Now so by using extends keyword we can implement inheritance in Java. So whenever a class extends another class, now this common services class is become parent class or base class. This module 1 class is become child class or subclass. So whenever a class is extends another class, all the data from this parent class will be available to child class. Now my child class can access module 1 class can access both module 1 classes as well as common services class. Now let me write that one more method, electronics. Let me do copy paste here. Now see here. So okay, already it is there. So module 1 test. Now so through inheritance all the data will be available from parent to child. So now see here, now can I tell my module 1 test class is having common services data? No. But whenever I use inheritance, whenever I extend a class, now can you people tell me my module 1 test class is having common services data? Yes sir. That's why because of this extensor my child class is getting the data from where? Parent. That's why this inheritance is also called as easier relationship. So inheritance in Java is also called as a easier relationship. Now in the same way in module 2 class also I want that one. So simple class module 2 test extends common services. So whenever a class extends another class, so all the data will be available from parent to child. Now this class is become parent class, this class is become child class. So whatever the parent has by default available to every child through the mechanism of inheritance, that is through the mechanism of extends. Now into this module 2 let me copy these two business methods. Now so module test is pointing these two methods by default, and as well as it is have the access to what common services two methods. Now see what I'm doing. Let me take main method. So let me take main method. Now first let me create object for parent class object. Create a parent class object. So whenever we create parent class object, we can access only parent class data but not child class. That is by using inheritance, whatever the parent has by default available to every child, but whatever the child has by default will not be available to parent. See here. Now let me create common services. Something common services is equal to new common services. Now I am calling on this common services. Now I am calling on this common services. On this common services, I want to call common services 1. Now on this common services, I want to call only, I can call what are the methods? Okay, so here we forgot to write what is that main method. we should write main method. Under this main method, let me create the object. Now see here, on this common services, I can call only common services one dot. I can call only parent class methods but not child class methods. Now see here, I can able to call only two methods. When I'm trying to call men, I'm going to get a compile time error. Now see here, so now I'm calling login on where common services. So common services is of type what? Common services object type. In this common service object, is there any login method? Yes, this method is going to be executed. In the same way, I am calling logout on where common services. So common services of type what? Object type. In this object, is there any logout method? Yes, it is there. Non-static method. This method will be executed. Now I am calling min on where common services. In this common services, is there any min? Not that. That's why I am getting what? Compile time error. That means whenever we create parent class object, we can access only parent class methods. Let me run it. Right click, run as Java application. Now see here. So what is output I'm getting? Login and logout. So number 2. Whenever we create a child class object, create a child class object. Whenever we create child class object, we can access both parent class methods as well as child class methods, because through inheritance we can get the access. We can use the parent class methods as well. That is through inheritance, whatever the parent has by default available to every child. So on child class object, we can access both parent class methods as well as child class methods. Now see here, let me create a module1 test something. Module1 test is equal to new module1 test. Now I am calling. Now see here, go to this child class. Now in this child class module1 test, I am having electronics method. I can access this method as well as I can access what? Parent class methods as well, that is login and logout method as well. Now see here what I'm doing. Now on this module1 test dot, I can call login module1 test dot logout, and as well as I can call module1 test dot electronics. Now see here, so on child class object, I am able to call parent class methods as well as child class methods. Now, so third way is also there. So by using parent class reference, we can create child class object. By using parent class reference, we can create child class object. Now, whenever we create child class object by using parent class reference, on that reference we can call only parent class methods. Now see here, what is my parent class? Common services is equal to new, what is my class? Module1 test is my class. Now whenever we create a child class object by using parent class reference, on this parent class reference I can call only parent class methods but not child class methods. Now see here, on this common services I can call only login and logout but not electronics. Now see here, dot logout. Now when I am trying to call common services dot men, now I am going to get what? Compile time error. See here, there is no method like it will give you. That means whenever we create a child class object by using parent class reference, on this parent class reference we can call only child class objects. And fourth approach is that by using interface reference name, we can create the implementation class of object. That is fourth approach we'll talk in coming videos. In interface we'll talk. By using interface reference name, we can create the object for implementation class of implementation class of that interface. Okay, this part will talk already discussed in interfaces. Just watch my videos, right? So through inheritance, whatever the parent has by default available to every child using the mechanism of inheritance. Next one, whenever we create a parent class object, on this parent class object we can access only parent class methods. Whenever we create a child class object, on this child class object we can access both parent class methods as well as child class methods. So by using parent class reference, whenever we are creating child class object, on that parent class reference we can access only parent class methods. And by using interface reference name also we can create object for implementation class of that interface. So I discussed in the earlier classes, just watch the videos of my interfaces, right? Now, so whenever a class is extending only one class, kind of inheritance we can call as a single level inheritance. So in Java, multiple inheritance is not allowed in Java because we may going to get ambiguity problems. Now let me show it here one example. So what are the problems we are going to get with multiple inheritance? That is a class cannot extend more than one class in Java. That is, at a class level multiple inheritance is not possible, but at interface level multiple inheritance is possible. That is, an interface can extend more than one interface at a time, no problem at all. So I discussed in the interface videos, you just watch that videos. Now, so let me take one example. I am taking class A. In this class I am having one method called public void hello. One method is there. Now in the same way I am having one more class called B. In this class also I am having one method called public void hello method. Now see here, I am taking a class C that extends A comma B. Now see here what I am doing. Now let me take public static void main string array args. Now see here what happens. Now let me create a C class object. C is equal to new C. Now if I call C dot hello, what happened, just observe here. So hello I am calling on where? C. C is of type object type. In this C, is there any hello? Not there. If it is not there, it will go and check into their parent class. So how many parents class are there for the C? A comma B. But in A class hello method is there, in B class hello method is there. That's why here we are going to get what? Ambiguity problems. That's why to avoid this ambiguity problems in Java, a class cannot extend more than one class. That is, multiple inheritance is not allowed in Java. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day. Thank you so much.